Hey. Welcome to the weekly wrap up. Now we are live on X, on YouTube, and in Getting Started in Crypto.
Yay! The best place to be. And we are also live and kicking in Australia again. So
hopefully end of jet lag and
nearly there.
Nearly there. It's been a killer. Obviously, it's a 20-day flight, so it's only a day away. It's from Australia to England.
It's kind of been useful that crypto's been a bit boring, really, to give us a bit of time to replenish. But never a good thing that crypto's boring. Would you agree that it's been boring?
Oh, it's been very, very, very boring.
Although earlier
forever boring.
you did just mention to me about a little mint that's gone on with USDT.
Yeah, so if you follow me on X, you'll know that last week I was going, okay, we've got coming up, we've got a FOMC meeting, which is this Wednesday, and it's predicted that we'll get 25 basis points or 50 basis points rate cut to stimulate the market. So with that being said, we have prepared already for that with a tether print. So it's on the Ethereum network, which is interesting because normally it's on the Tron network. So yeah, watch this space. Could be Ethereum pump, could be not, it could be Bitcoin. Coinbase could be both, could be the whole market. Who knows? Yay. But normally when we get a rate cut, we do get an injection of funds into the market, not just the crypto market, traditional markets, the broader range of markets. So that's a good sign that, we're moving into that quantitative easing that I've been talking about for such a long time. And with this September cut, fingers crossed that it does happen. And we go into that because we have been going sideways for 189 days in this pattern since the top. And yeah, that's been kind of excruciating because it has been a very choppy pattern and literally, chopping everyone up in the market and especially the leverage traders. So not something I recommend at this point of the market. But if you have to do it, it's like, always use a stop loss.
Okay, then. Well, without further ado, let's take a look at the coin a bit and see what's going on.
Let's have a look. So this is our inverse head and shoulders. This is our 189 days sideways. And, that looks to be coming to an end. Whether we have one more wave lower, I'm not quite sure. We did get a pullback last week. So, and whether this is a larger pattern fourth wave where this is just our A or our X, we're coming up for a Y and a Z, or we're coming up for an ABC. So what that may look like. So this may be continued pain for a little bit more. So an ABC coming up in this region, or, we might get a WXY depending on this next wave count. But if we do break through this region and we break that 76 mark, we're going up. So that's our point where, our inverse head and shoulders confirms, and a break above there and a retest would be ideal. So 80K coming back down for that retest of that 76, 77, and then a continuation higher. So that would kickstart our bull run and we would be off and running. So it's still very possible in this region that we're going to start heading up soon. I do think that's going to happen. We are at the moment, this is a daily chart. So we're seeing that we're in this pullback, we do have a little bit of sell pressure, but we are holding the pivot, which is really nice. So the pivot is at 50,000, sort of 600, 700-ish. and that is underneath our resistance, immediate resistance in this region. The next resistance is coming up at about 69,000. So breaking above that then takes us to that region that we're seeing on the inverse head and shoulders, which is about the 76 mark. So breaking above that, we'd ideally like to see about 80, 81, and then a pullback to retest that. So that's what we're hoping to see coming up this week or in the coming weeks, especially in the run before Christmas. We don't always get a Christmas run, but it does look like it's potentially on the cards. Really critical region to break through this area at the moment, and confirm that bull run that we've been like desperately waiting for.
We have, and for those who have been with us, well, what was it, 180 odd days? Feels like
189 days we've been in that sideways pattern since that top of about 74. So
it's been a real test for the patience of all of us going through that, and we are gearing up hopefully for a mega bull run to compensate for it. But also we have just been, especially you and I, to make up for it, at least in the meantime, DCAing into our portfolio. That's something that you're still doing and feeling good about, right?
Yeah, it's that point in the market where I do believe that DCAing is the best way to go, because we don't know where the exact bottom is. And, that's going to dollar cost average over the next sort of, we started 2 weeks ago, so we've got 10 more weeks to go. And the last run, obviously I was putting that out on X and Twitter. And, we had a substantial gain in that. So the bull run has actually started. It's just a little bit slower. We're not having those massive big sort of spikes that we have had in the past. Obviously there's regulations that have come into play, and we've got ETFs, so a lot of that is driving the market, whereas the futures and that sort of thing used to drive the market. And on the future releases we used to get those spikes. So now when we've got a growing market, we need a little bit more stability. It is still a high risk asset. We still do get those major sort of declines and drops, but with that stability, we sort of get a better understanding of how patterns are moving and going into the future. Obviously, we probably will have less volatility as we progress and, more regulations come into place. So enjoy this while it lasts. And it does look like, potentially these patterns are going up to the, into the hundreds. So this pattern, at least this inverse head and shoulders, does go up to 127K. Whether that's our top or whether we continue to go higher is unknown at this point. I'm seeing, as we always do going into the bull run, we see the $1 million predictions, the $2 million predictions now. So while that is, possible in the realm of like long-term Bitcoin, I don't know if it's possible for this run, because, there's a greater impact that it's a lot harder at the moment to get money onto exchanges. So that's going to impact, price and how high we can go, basically. So if that's relaxed as we go into the bull run, then we will see some huge prices. But if it's not, we'll probably just hang around that sort of 127 to 135. So that's going to be exchange and regulation dependent as to how big this bull run is. So with that being said, we're still going to get those huge moves in, probably DEXs and that sort of thing. So, Solana and especially meme coins. So I think that's going to be the stuff to watch. AI coins, especially FET, which is essentially ASA. or ASI. I'm not sure what the new ticker is, but you know, those sort of AI coins, quantum computing, and meme coins, of course, are going to be what we need to be investing in and looking at for this bull run.
Absolutely. Okay. Where to next? What else have you got lined up?
Okay, let's have a quick look at Ethereum. So Vitalik this week has said that he has finished selling. Let's hope he has. We've had a pullback in this region. Now we want to be holding this low. This wave here is either a bear flag or a leading diagonal. Leading diagonal will return to where it came from, which it has done. We have enough waves in this region for this to be complete. And we're just sort of trending sideways, just remembering that that tether print was on Ethereum. So it may be something to watch. I'm long on Ethereum at the moment, just for that reason. I've been long for around this region once we pulled back and we held the low. So it is definitely something to watch in that sort of area. It did break the pivot so on this pattern. So that does mean potentially this is heading higher. I'd ideally like to see a retest to about 3,250-ish. And then, you know, potentially higher from there. But that's the ideal region that we would like to see, you know, sort of retested. And that would give Ethereum, you know, that same sort of momentum that Bitcoin has been having. So, you know, it is lagging at the moment. All eyes have obviously been on Solana, which has had, you know, greater moves. And it does look like it's nearly complete as well. So whether it has one more wave down to about 100, so, you know, I've got some lower orders just in case that may or may not pick up in that region, but hopefully they do. And then I've got some cheap Solana. But yeah, so dollar cost averaging this for your long-term bags is ideal. I've got some big targets on this one, potentially 400. And if we zoom out, there's 1,000 mark on that one. So, you know, that's the major pivot. If we go to a wave projection, my Lisabot, and we get that out and we do some wave projection, we do get to that $1,000 mark on quite easily on Solana. So this is our golden zone, which is sitting at about 680. Our 786 is sitting at 864. And ultimately, it should get to about 0.9 or above, which is at that $1,000 mark. So it does look ideally like we could see some really huge gains on Solana this run. So still very possible, still, you know, within the realm of happening and looking good actually.
Cool. That's what we like. Okay. What are we looking at next?
So yeah, so if we do, I just want to do some projections on that just to show sort of potential gains. So if you are dollar cost averaging at this point and then holding, like if this is going into your DCA bags and you're holding, this is your long-term hodl bag, which is going to be about a year from now or possibly a little bit longer, that's a 700% move on Solana. So even if it does go, you know, only as high as maybe double this region, you know, there's still 200%. If we're going to that golden zone, it was 400% to the 786 is about 550%. So, you know, that's the potential that could be happening on Solana, on a lot of alts. And yeah, so I definitely think now is the time to be DCAing.
Cool, excellent. We like that. As a little tip, if for those of you on Binance, they have a great auto invest area which helps you DCA, and you can set it all up and it will do it all for you. So I'm sure other exchanges do that as well, but I'm used to Binance. So yeah, auto invest. Type it in the search bar once you've logged in. Check it out. It's a real help in doing that automatically than manually. Cool. Okay. I know we're not going to do too much of a long one because the
not too
jet
much
is spinning.
in the way of alts, but obviously keep an eye on listings, because there's going to be a lot of listings coming through as we do move into the bull run. Like, exchanges are going to want to have all the coins, all the meme coins, all the AI coins. So just watch those as well. Binance is listing Turbo and Baby Dodge tomorrow. So they are going crazy at the moment. So, just keep an eye on those, especially if they're going onto tier 1 exchanges, because they're going to really move.
Excellent. Okay, and anyone watching who is in getting started in crypto, if you did have some altcoin requests, do pop them in the group instead, and we can jump in there. Sadie, we have got your request for YGG, so we can do that. But yes, okay. Shall we wrap it there, Lisa? Are you happy with everything?
Shall, yeah. And don't forget, if you want to get in the mindset of trading, my book.
Wait, hang on. There we go. There we go. Let's see. I don't know what just happened, Lise, but it's hit the microphone and now we can't hear you. So your upsell there.
There we go.
There we go. Let's try again. I'll give you a quick
How is if I don't turn it off, doesn't it? So first section broken into 3 sections. The first section is all mindset, and that's what you want to be getting into right now before we head into that bull run. So yeah,
nice. Let's see that front cover.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good. Okay, cool. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. And have a great week ahead. Again, GSIC members, jump into the live chat, talk to us there. Also, GSIC members, we have our upgrade to the Lisabot./TTMBot happening today, UTC time, which is very exciting. So loads of new features, new look. It's going to be really epic. I know some people who are watching in now on X and YouTube who might have been with us before using the bots. If you are listening, it might be a cool time to come back and check it out, because we're doing a huge upgrade to the platform. Lots of new stuff, lots of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, bull run ready.
Bull run ready. Love it. Okay, thanks again for joining us. We will catch you again soon. See you then.
Bye.